Hello my fellow gamers and welcome once again to Philosophy. Today I'm starting a new Let's Play in Cities Skylines. The aim of this Let's Play is to make cities up to 100,000 population with great traffic flow. When I say great, I want excellent traffic flow in these cities. Now, the previous Let's Play, the one called Road to 1 million population on the hard mode, has kinda stalled at 950,000 population. In episode 100, that I will be linking up here on the right if you're new to my channel, I have kinda stopped at 950,000 population out of that 1 million because of some problems that my city was facing when it comes to new buildings getting built. Well, not exactly built, but more like Sims moving in. So now I'm short on those 50,000 population, and while I'm trying to fix that problem, I've come to the realization that I might as well start a new Let's Play. Now, these Let's Plays are gonna be quite shorter than the previous one, which passed 100 episodes. These shouldn't take more than a few episodes to get a city up to 100,000 population, and I will not be showing every single moment of this Let's Play, because that would just waste your time with just pesky things doing around the city, fixing small issues with traffic or just adding more zones. I'm going to just show you concrete content that's important to see how it's made, and the content that isn't really that important to see how it's made, I'm just going to present it to you when it's finished. Now, the aim of this city, which I've been naming ColdSnap, is going to be to show you a different kind of a way to get traffic into the city and a different kind of a way to have your highways inside of the city, but in a different pattern than you might be used to. Now, I'm going to get rid of this railway system because I'll be using it much later on and not right now, as I need to first lay down the roads. You may have noticed by now that I am playing in the sandbox mode with unlimited cache. The reason why is that just building a city to get the cache to be able to redesign the roads like this would just waste time. So I'm just going to jump in with the unlimited money mode, and because the point of all of this is to just show you the new designs that I've thought up, I thought this would be much faster. So I'm going to pause now the game and show you the highway system that's going to be designed for this city. Now, the highway system that I might show you right now and build it might be just a little bit different when I'm in the off times not recording, because I'll be fixing up those small issues, like I said, that I do not want to bother you in a full Let's Play. So now the main point of this, once I've cut down all the highways here, and I picked this map because I like this valley here and because there are two highway roads leading into the city. The first one that is coming on the right side here, I'm just gonna pull out here on the right. I'm going to raise it up a few notches and then keep it on the side of the city, going like this, all the way around next to these hills. At one point, this highway that is going on the right side is actually going to become the highway that goes to the left. And this is that point. Now, I am not going to be having the second highway come into the city and be the highway that's going to lead the traffic out. This highway that brought the traffic in is actually the highway that's going to be leading the traffic out. And now we are almost there and connected. So this might be a little bit shorter than I had planned, and you can see that some of these angles are kind of too steep. This is something that I'm going to fix up while off screen, just so not to mess up with the schedule of the 10 minutes that I planned for these Let's Play episodes to last, and to not waste your precious time. You saw me now going there. That's just me wanting to fix that right now, but like I said, I'm trying not to waste your time in those small fixes, so I'm just going to continue with the main point of this, and this is getting the second highway operational, and this one is going to do the same thing. It's going to take the traffic into the city, and at one point is going to turn into the highway that's going to be taking the traffic out. And I'm not going to have these too close to each other. There is going to be space between them. Now that I can finish this structure here, coming down here, and I do need them to intersect at one point. That's going to be about the lowest point of this one. So like this, and then just have to raise it and bring it back down, coming right into here like so. The reason why I have them raised is so that I can have roads beneath them and expand the city to either side of the highway. Now, if we take a look at the highways, we can see that we drive in through here, we go all the way through here, and then suddenly this highway that was bringing in traffic becomes a highway that's getting the traffic out of the city through here. And if you look at the arrows pointing, you can see something that I wanted to achieve here. The traffic coming in is on the right side here, and the arrows are pointing this way. And both of these highways have their arrows pointing this way. And then when they turn over here, both arrows are pointing at the same direction. Only this one passes over here sooner, and this one passes over here later. So the flow here is meant to go like this. The traffic is going to be coming out onto the right side, going below, and then entering the city. And that means that the right side, watching from this perspective, is going to be bringing the traffic in, while when the traffic is trying to come out of the city, it's going to be going on this right side if you look at it from this perspective, but to the left if you look at it from this perspective, which means we have a nice flow where traffic comes in from here, and then once it's in the city, actually goes to the left to get out of the city, which should eliminate some of the problems when traffic intertwines with each other, trying to get out through the same way that it came in, because it's right here next to each other, and this way it's really spread about. Now, of course, I do need a first zone for people to settle in and start making buildings, and I'm not going to overthink too much because, like I said, a lot of the city building is just going to be off screen where I don't need to bother you with the details, but the important stuff is the design phase that I'm going to show you each time. So I'm just going to draw some roads, and like you saw in my previous Let's Play, I am kind of big on zones, and I'm kind of big on there being really grids, but I'm going to try and keep away from that too much. In this Let's Play, I'm going to try and not have them too much like that, too many grids, but just to start off here, I'm going to have a grid, a small grid, and then I'm going to try and get out of that grid pattern that I always get myself entangled, or at least I'm going to try. And with your support, I hope I am going to be able to get out of it. So that's here in the middle, but those sims do need to somehow get there. And I'm just going to build these temporary off-ramps that are going to be getting the traffic in there. Since this highway here is what's bringing in the traffic, as is this one, I could just use ramps right here. And like I said, they're not going to be all that pretty right now when I'm just designing it. It's gonna get much prettier when I'm off-screen, making sure that curves aren't this difficult to navigate with the traffic. And here for this highway, I'm also going to need one road to be coming down here. And now once again, what I do not wish to be happening is for two roads to converge that are bringing in traffic. So one is going to be easily put on one side, and the other one is straight into this pillar. So we need to change that. Take it a little bit to the sides, and there we go. It's going to be something like this, getting the traffic in. So now let's make sure that these folks do have somewhere to move into. And like I said, I am going to try to keep away from all those nasty grids that I make and make the city look uniform. I'm going to try to escape those at least a little bit. So let's get off that right now and make some curves that are going to look nice when they're finished. For example, like those, and then delete this part here and get some more curves flowing through here. I'm going to try to avoid four-way intersections as much as possible because they are a bane of every person's existence who has tried to make a city in Cities Skylines. That should do it for now, and maybe one more here. So the traffic that's coming in from here can travel from here and get into here. And the traffic that's coming in from here, I'm going to move it all the way back here. Now this is all, of course, subject to change as the city develops. But now to get some zones down here, I'm just going to zone 4x4 buildings like always, because I really hate those smaller buildings that take up too much space but aren't worthwhile at all because there's just too few sims living in there. And now I'm confident that I can let the time roll let the Sims move in. Nope, just this much. Actually, I am forgetting to use the mod that I left from the previous Let's Play on, which allows me to actually disable which roads are not going to get zones at all, and this clears up things quite nicely, adding more free zones. And I'm going to drop the links of all the mods in the description of this video. One more house here, there we go. So new houses here. I should speed up the time. I kind of forgot that because playing in Bedrock pretty much is always on speed 1, and at this point some more houses can be zoned, of course, over here, and sure enough they do need water and power. Now the question is where to produce it, where to get it, and how to get it over here. Now since I am playing on sandbox mode, I can pretty much choose any type of water or power that I want and just make sure that the city has everything, and I don't have to worry about the costs. This is one of the reasons I am playing on sandbox, to not spend too much time thinking about utilities when I want to spend my time designing traffic. Now, as this is just the initial first episode, I have shown you what I plan to do and I've shown you how I plan to do it. And I do not plan to get these episodes to last too long because I know that people like watching something that's about 10 minutes long. So I'm going to be leaving you off here, and I hope that you're going to enjoy what the rest of this Let's Play is going to bring. Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for more episodes.